Hey friends on YouTube, this is Thorkild Brunsnaes from the channel Sixwheelsdown. Have you ever had problems with bad smell coming from the bathroom? If so, what most people think is it must come from the black tank, so let's get some chemicals to throw in this tank. So you contact all your friends on Facebook and ask which chemicals are you using. But before we go to these extremes, maybe we should look at the schematics for how the whole sewage system works. Maybe it's not the black water tank only. The black water tank is the one labeled number 8 here in the schematics. This is where all the water from your toilet and all the stuff from the toilet goes into. So leave the valve for that tank closed when you're hooked up at the campground. You will only have to empty that tank once or twice a week, depending on how many persons you are in your camper. But in our case we are 2 persons, so it's approximately every second week that we have to empty out the black water tank. The other tank is the number 7 on the diagram. That's a gray water tank. When we are hooked up at the campground, we leave the gray water tank valve permanent open. The reason is that we use a lot of water for the shower, for the kitchen sink, so this tank would fill up very quickly and we would have to empty it almost every day. So this one we leave permanent open. I think this is how most people use their valves when they are fully hooked up at a campground. But see, here is also where the problem with the smell comes in. Because we have this connection point here where you connect your sewer hose out to the sewage system at the campground. And most people buy these nice sewer hoses and they level them so they have a straight slope from the connection point at the camper and out to the sewage system. This means water always drains out of this hose, and when it's always empty, now you suddenly have the option of smell coming from the campground sewage system, and these fumes can come up through the sewer hose into the grey water tank that is empty as well, and it will come up through your sinks, your shower and your kitchen sink. I really believe that in 95% of the cases, this is where your bad smell in the RV comes from. It's really not from the black water tank. So how do I get rid of this terrible smell in my RV? Well, you have to think about it like the water trap you have in your house under the kitchen sink. We need to make something similar, and the easiest way to do it is to look at your sewer hose where you connect it up onto the camper. Instead of having a straight slope all the way from the connection point onto the camper out to the sewage system, you need to let it have like a loop in the beginning right underneath the camper, so that you always have standing water in this little loop, just like in the water trap you have under a kitchen sink in your house. There are of course other things to be aware of to keep the sewage system maintained in your RV. And one of them is of course to flush your black water tank on a regular basis. I do it every time I empty the black water tank, and in our case it's every second week. We have a connection point for a hose and it does automatic flushing from the inside. But if you don't have that, you can buy a vent like this and stick it down through the toilet and flush it that way by using or connecting this to a water hose. You also need some chemicals to put in the toilet to help break down the content in the black water tank. And we use this product here called Happy Campers, and that's by far the product we have had most success with. It works really well, and gives absolutely no smell up from the black water tank. We usually just buy it off of Amazon, and that's really easy for us. And now that we are talking chemicals, then let's also talk a little bit about when you go use the toilet. In our camper, it's normal courtesy that you spray a little of this Poo Pourri before you do your business. And that is an amazing product that really takes all bad smell. But of course it's chemicals you spray out in the air, so you don't want to overdo it too much. But it really helps when you are in a small confined space like this. When you are done doing your business on the toilet and you have flushed out, it's a good idea to leave a little bit of water sitting in the bottom of the toilet bowl. That helps keep the valve in the bottom more airtight, so that you don't have smells coming up from the black water tank. All bathrooms also have a ventilator up in the ceiling, and you need to let this one be off while you are doing your business on the toilet, because elsewise you can create negative pressure inside the bathroom, because you are pulling all the air out through the ventilation, and when you go to flush your toilet, it will pull up these gases from your black water tank, and they will come into the bathroom, and you will get a really bad smell. So stop the ventilator when you do your business, and when you are done and have flushed, that's when you put the ventilator back on. If your motorhome or RV still smells after all of these tricks, there's only one explanation. You have one of these. They fart and they do smell. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video and found some useful information about how to get rid of the bad smells from the bathroom and the toilet and the black water tank. I hope you realize that it's not that difficult. There are some simple tips and tricks to follow that we have gone through in this video, and I hope that it will help you to get rid of all the smells. If you found this useful, please hit the like button and the subscribe button underneath here, so that you can see more useful videos coming out here from Sixwheelsdown. Thank you for watching.